Good evening and welcome to Manning Field for Game 2 of the final day of the Lynn City Soccer Tournament 2018. This is the boys' consolation round. Girls' consolation in the books. Lynn English defeating Lynn Tech. And now will be Lynn English taking on St. Mary's. This is kind of a different for St. Mary's. Normally St. Mary's is in the championship final. St. Mary's trying to break a 2-game losing streak. They lost their last game of the season in the tournament last year, and they got beat by Lynn Tech in the opening round of this tournament, 2-1. A little different for St. Mary's. They're usually the aggressive. They're usually out winning games and knocking people off. They went undefeated in the Catholic Central League last year. Won this tournament, which more often than not they do. And more often than not, they're at least in the final. English had a tough game against Classical. They lost. They were shut out, and that was the difference. They lost 2-0, but their problem driving Kerry King crazy is they don't put the ball in the net. They play good defense. The goaltender, Cherubin Masangu, was outstanding in net against Classical. And we got an English player down. And he's up, trying to run it off. Again, the Lynn schools, all the schools, have had a tough preseason. A lot of the preseason was held indoors because of the extreme heat. And that was Francisco Portillo trying to walk off that, hopefully just a leg cramp. But still trying to get in shape for this game where it's up and down 100 yards, non-stop. St. Mary's in the white, English in the maroon. And it's nice to see Portillo come back, so he's okay. Nice little touch pass, again. They get it back to the middle, and coming up and making the defensive play was Connor Mackey. Actually, it was Aiden O'Brien that came up and made that play. And there's Aiden O'Brien knocking it away. English couldn't get possession. It bounced high off a body. They couldn't knock it down and get a shot. And then O'Brien knocked it away. And English will get a corner kick coming from the near side. English keeping it alive. They knocked it through, and English is way offside. They were still behind as they threw that pass through everybody. Arsenal tried to throw it to the net, and there were two English players that hadn't got up, and now it's St. Mary's breaking an offside. Pappas came out to get it. It got loose. And walking in and getting a foot on it and knocking it home. We just got through talking about English's offense, how it's hard for them to score. And Julio Cora knocks it home. Pappas came out to try to get it. Cora tipped it. And very agonizingly, St. Mary's watched it just roll into the net. And English has grabbed a 1-0 lead. So Kerry King must be smiling on the sidelines as the offense clicks very quickly. Lead pass. And it gets knocked out by Alex Nguyen. English will get another corner kick coming from the near side. Goes by everybody. And English is going to get called for knocking St. Mary's down. Perez kicks it away. Lima kept it alive. Lima gets it back. Lead pass looking for Lima. They let it roll through. Pappas will come out and grab it and kick it away. And he boots it past midfield. English lets it go out of play. And English will get the throw in. So St. Mary's kind of shocked here as English gets on the board quickly. 4 minutes in. Nice little shift. They throw it ahead. St. Mary's takes it away. And we got St. Mary's getting tripped up. Portillo got wrapped up. Feet came together and wound up tripping the St. Mary's player. Perez will get to kick it away again. English clears it away. And we got, I don't know if it was a trip or somebody got a hand on the ball, but English is going to wind up with a free kick. Broken up. Long lead pass. Looking for a break. Good defense by English. They didn't let Perez get around. I think that was Nakata. It looked like Kevin Perez was going to have a breakaway. And Nakata was able to come out and get a piece of him. Broke up the play. Longstafone trying to get it out in front, kicked it far to the far side, almost out of play. St. Mary's runs it down, and they wind up kicking it all the way back to midfield to Perez. And the pass, too far out in front, goes out of play. What a difference a couple of days makes. first two games, first game Tuesday, first game Wednesday of this tournament, people were dying down in the field. It was close to 100 degrees. It was like 95 out with the sun shining brightly, and people were really getting worn out. And now they're out there trying to get warm. Temperature went down. Kicking it deep, Nakata with another nice play and another nice play. Again, it looked like Perez might take that pass and go in. Nakata got it. Last one, he a little behind the back stuff kick. Two nice plays by Patrick Nakata defensively. English knocks it deep. Pappas will pick it up. High shot kick this time. Headed into the English end. Arsenal boots it to the far side. Nice little shift by Coriolan. Lead pass, just couldn't get a foot on it. Going to falling. Trying to get around. Nice little poke check. Castaneda poked it away. That long pass just missed. Coriolan stretched as far as he could to try and get a foot on it. It was about a foot out in front of him. If he got a foot on it, he might have deflected it in. Aidan O'Brien pushes it ahead, gets it back. Blocked by English. Honks the Funk, trying to get around, lost it out of bounds. Nakata's pass picked off. He gets it back. St. Mary's breaks it up. English gets it back. Boswa knocks it to the far side. Boswa gets it back. Turns to get a shot off. Knocked it wide. And trying to keep it in, but couldn't. Coriolan got a foot on it, but it deflected out. And Perez will get to kick it away. Couple of heads knocks it back to the St. Mary's end. Perez winds up with it. English knocks it loose and knocks it out. They went very quickly with the throw-in. And now they're calling it off English. Another quick throw-in by St. Mary's. English knocks it out of play. That should give St. Mary's a corner kick. Somebody's got to go over and take it. Looks like Jackson Niccolo. I think it's number 2. Hard to pick up the number that far away. Kick sails away from the net. And a kick blocked. And again, a replay. And Musangu went high in the air. That might have gone on top of the net. It may not have been going into the net, but he wanted to make sure. He went high in the air. He's a big boy in net. He's well over 6 feet. He's probably around 6'3", 6'4". He has a little bit of an advantage to most goaltenders who aren't that big. He went up and tipped it to himself and got it. And we got Portillo again going down. He went down before. And he signals. I thought he was signaling to the bench that he wanted to go out, but he's up, staying in. And Impudia will take the free kick. Headed away. St. Mary's clears it away, and they knock it. It went off Arsenal. It was going to go out. If Arsenal waited one more second, it was going out. It would have been his ball. It touched him on the foot and went out. So St. Mary's will get the throw, and Aidan O'Brien will take it. St. Mary's trying to get some offense going. High arcing throw-in. Headed away again, a couple of times by English. Gets it clear, now English knocks it away. They knock it deep. Perez is back there playing center field, picking off the pass. And that's Nolan Perez, because there's two of them. Nakata battling. And they finally call, I think it was Kevin Perez, for bumping and grabbing Nakata, trying to get to the ball. Nakata wouldn't let him get to it. And I think Perez got a little frustrated trying to get around him. By everybody. Off St. Mary's. It went off Christian Iacoviello. Taken away by Thongstafong. And he tried to throw it upfield, threw it out of play. Arsenault will take the throw-in for the Bulldogs. Tipped ahead. Perez makes another nice defensive play and takes it away. Couple of nice shifts, and then he clears it away. They knock it deep. English takes it away and knocks it back the other way. English not letting St. Mary's get started offensively. They double team, they take it away. Arsenault knocking it to the net. Pappas plays the big hop, coming out past the 5-yard line. And now boots it away and boots it off to the left side and out of play. Both teams will make substitutions. This is the consolation round of the 2018 Lynn City Tournament. All 4 schools doing battle, boys and girls. This is the second game of the day. English girls got their first win on a hat trick by Melissa Zayas, beating Tech 4-1. Tech actually had a 1-0 lead with under a minute left in the first half, and English scored to tie it, and that gave momentum in the second half. Ball bouncing high, and I think it was Aidan O'Brien who got a hand on it, and that's going to give Tech a free kick. Coming from the 15-yard line. This is a scoring opportunity from here. English sets up a picket fence. The official's going to pace off, I think, move that picket fence back a few more feet. They're lined up. He's telling them they have to move back to the 5-yard line. They were at the 10. So that gives the shooter a little more room. from the 15. This is going to go right to the net, I think. They drill it, hit the crossbar. Boy, St. Mary's got a break there. That was a rocket. Ryan Lima ripped that one, went by Pappas, hit the middle of the top crossbar. And there's another nice play. My Masangu, he came out, cut down the angle. Looked like they were going to walk in alone. He came all the way out, and when they finally got the shot off, they pulled it wide left. Nice play by the goaltender, Cherubin Masangu. St. Mary's almost found themselves down 2-0. The crossbar saved St. Mary's as Nakata clears it away. The tip, hustling, not going to get there. It goes out of play. Good hustle by Espinoza, but just couldn't get there in time to keep it in. Halfway through and counting this first half, 1-0 English. Blocked nicely by Portillo. Gets it back, takes the shot, blocked by Perez. Cora, who has the one goal, got the rebound and pulled it wide left. English had two opportunities. Nolan Perez made a big save on the first shot by Portillo, and then the rebound by Cora pulled it wide left. Perez will kick it away. Everybody missed it. Bodies went down. Kept in by Thongstaphone. Trying to go a little too much one-on-one. Finally get grabbed and pulled down. Bodies go down. Thongstaphone just battling with Barrios. And they're calling Thongstaphone for the takedown. He was just one-on-one. Couldn't get away from Barrios. And out of frustration, they both kind of grabbed at each other and went down. They called it against Thongstaphone. And Portillo will take the free kick. Another scoring opportunity for the Bulldogs. He got it to the net right at the near goal post. Pappas came out and grabbed it. And he throws it upfield. English breaks it up again. And they take it away. St. Mary's looking for the long lead pass. And there's Nakata again. Getting in the way, not letting that pass complete, not let the long touchdown be completed. A little behind the back pass nicely. They kick it ahead, trying to walk in. The shot, they score! Cora made a great behind-the-back pass to Baswa. He throws it ahead. And Espinoza knocks it in. What a great pass from Cora to Baswa to get that downfield. And then almost 2-0 now is 2-0. Two nice passes. But the behind-the-back pass of Cora to Baswa got them 2-on-2. And then Baswa made the nice pass. And Espinosa banged it home. Now they had 2-on-1, and the pass, they threw it behind the intended receiver. They had a good opportunity, St. Mary's, and the pass was behind the intended receiver, and English able to break it up. So we talked about English having problems with offense. They've scored 2, and they've hit the goalpost with another one. Now they can't save it. Coriolan trying to get there, couldn't. And they called it off St. Mary's. Corleone was trying to save it. Now they're going to get a corner kick, and he's going to take the corner kick. Somebody got a head on it, but they tipped it wider than that. Now it goes out, and it went out off St. Mary's. They'll get a corner kick now from the other side. Lima will take it now from the far side. He almost got a head on it and almost knocked that one in. Hooked it, get it right dead center of the net, but got it dead center on the top of the net. It just broke very quickly like a sharp breaking curveball and just broke right on top of the net out of play. Nice try by Lima. And we got 15 minutes and counting in this first half, and English is shocking St. Mary's, leading 2-0. And they keep it right in the St. Mary's end. And they knock it back again. Pappas will have to pick it up and kick it away. High shot kick. Doesn't get out to midfield. He usually kicks them better than that. Long Stephon can't get around the defense. They double him. English knocks it away, and English winds up with it. And Portillo knocks it away. They're not letting St. Mary's get going. They clear it away again, back to the St. Mary's end. English playing very well here. And now St. Mary's makes another error. They kick it up, but kick it wide and kick it in the St. Mary's bench area, and English will get the throw in. Off St. Mary's again out of play. Throw in just goes out. Out again, St. Mary's with the throw-in. He's trying to get something going offensively. English double tripling the ball. They try to center it. And now wide open. It popped out in front, and there was nobody there except the white shirt. Masanga came back to try to make the save and couldn't get anywhere near it. Can't get any easier than that. Joshua Ches. English was double tripling the ball over in the far corner, left out in front of the net, wide open. Nobody there except Ches. And the ball bounced to him out in front. Easy time. Masangu tried to get back to make the save, had no chance. And St. Mary's has cut into that 2-0 lead. It's now 2-1. They kick it deep. Masongo will come out, pick it off, and boot it away. Out past midfield. Tipped. Broken up. Niccolo trying to knock it upfield, knocked it out. English knocks it out. So with just over 17 minutes left in this first half, English jumped out to a 2-0 lead. St. Mary's has cut it to 2-1. We got a timeout down the field. So St. Mary's gets a little momentum with that goal out in front. English was busy doubling and tripling the ball carrier. It popped out in front, and Ches was right there and tipped it. And Masongo couldn't make the save. A defender, I'm not sure which one it was, came over and almost got a hand on it. Corner kick knocked into the net. St. Mary's gets a little more momentum. They've come back to tie it up. Nice corner kick. And I believe it was Kevin Perez. I'm trying to have him turn around so I can get his number. But all of a sudden, it's 2-2. It was 2-0, and English had hit a crossbar. And it was Kevin Perez with that header. It was 2-0 English, and they hit a crossbar. Could very easily have been 3-0. And then all of a sudden, English gave it away a little bit, allowing the ball to come out in front with no defenders out in front. Ches was able to knock it home. And now off the corner kick, they kicked it past the net, but Kevin Perez was there, right? Kevin on the spot got a head on it and knocked it into the net. So all that momentum by English is taken away by St. Mary's. They lost one game last year in the state tournament. I don't know if it was the division final or the North final. So it would have been devastating if they started out 0-2 this year. After getting upset by Tech, now they push it ahead. Masongo coming out, and he knocks it away. Great save. Terrific play by Masongo, out past the 20-yard line, and just slid and got a foot on it and knocked it away. Terrific play by Masongo. English with a break. English fans got excited. They thought that Cora tipped it in. He tipped it off the side of the net. That was Mackey, I believe, walking in alone, looking for the ball. And Masongo just came out and, like he was sliding into third base, got a foot on it and knocked it away. Terrific play by Masongo. And then Cora and Coriolan almost combined to get English the lead back. Shot went off the side of the net. When the net kind of moved, everybody, St. Mary's fans got excited thinking the ball was in the net. St. Mary's takes it away. Trying to throw it in front, they threw it behind, and English was able to clear it away. They had wide open out in front. I think it was Thongstafong. Long lead pass. Trying to cut back, trying to cut around. Perez breaks the play up. That's Nolan Perez. Long's to Fong with the lead pass. They're going to walk in. Masango again. And he might have tipped it off Mackey. Mackey again going in. Masango again came out, blocked it, and knocked it off Mackey, I believe. And I think English is going to get the kick away. Mackey's, that's twice the Masango and Mackey have come together. And we got another timeout down in the field. Go ahead. Seven minutes left in this 2-2 game. Just broken up. As Aiden O'Brien got a foot on it, as Cora was almost sent in alone. Not getting to the net. Pappas with the easy save. So St. Mary's coaching staff on the other side breathing a little easier, getting the 2 goals to tie it. But English has played extremely well. Perez just picks that off. Nice try. Barrios with the long lead pass trying to send Cora in. Perez just slid along the 10-yard line and got a piece of it and knocked it away and broke that play up. Cora would have walked in alone. Nice try by Barrios trying to get it to Cora. We've seen Mackey a couple of times get broken up by Masango. And he's playing up front. He usually plays center field on defense. They moved him up to try and pick up some offense. So here comes the corner kick. They scored from this angle before. Perez getting the header when they kicked it past the net. Out in front, English clears it away. Cora back there. St. Mary's hustling back. Cora was 1-on-1. Now he's 1-on-4. English hustling back to get some help. Kevin Perez took it away. English gets it back. Lima with it. Trying to walk around. Knocked away. It goes out. And I think they're going to give English a corner kick. Nolan Perez made sure it went out. Trying to knock it to the net, broken up. St. Mary's likes that long lead pass, trying to send people in. Broken up. Pappas will make the save. Knocked down by Nicolo. Knocked back to Nolan Perez. Lead pass looking for Thongs to Fong. Nice play. Sliding along and getting a piece. And that's Barrios with another nice play. Longster falling. Looked like he was going to walk in, get by Barrios. He's going to be alone. And Barrios just slid along the 25-yard line and got a piece of it and knocked it out. That's a big-time defensive play. And they double up. Longster falling is the big scorer for St. Mary's normally, and they're not letting him get loose. They're doubling and tripling him. Now here comes the corner kick. This is Niccolo, I believe, taking the kick. And he booted that one off the side of his foot. I'm not sure what English was doing. They were lucky the ball was already out. Portillo went over and got a head on it and knocked it out. It was going to go wide. He almost gave St. Mary's another corner kick. All he had to do was get out of the way and let the ball go out of bounds. He went up and got a head on it and knocked it away. Luckily, it had gone out before he got the head on it. Skips by everybody. Barrios. They knock it back. St. Mary's breaks it up. And they clear it away. Thongs to Fong. On the fly. Hustling back is Portillo. Good hustle by Portillo. Stepped in front of Thongs to Fong and just took it away. Lima coming back. Back to Lima. Takes the shot. It was Perez. Might have been LeBron as well, getting a foot on that shot. Deflected it up and away. Corleone will take the corner kick again for English. We're in the final 2 minutes of this first half. St. Mary's has come back from a 2-0 deficit to tie it. And now they head it back over the other side. It's going to go out of play. English will get the throw in. This is Arsenault, I believe, taking the throw in. Looking for Cora. Bounce loose. Cora gets it back. Lima with it. Back to Barrios. Out in front. Cora knocking it down. Try to get the shot off. Couldn't. Perez wouldn't let him get the shot off. They walk in. Pappas got a piece of it. That was going to go wider than net. It was not going to go on net. But he couldn't take a chance. Cora kept it alive. Coriolan ripped it. And it went. Pappas got a piece of it at the side of the net and tipped it out. And I believe that ended the first half. I didn't hear the whistle, but that ends the first half. So St. Mary's got shocked a little bit, falling behind 2-0. And then St. Mary's came back on 2 goals late, and we're right back where we started, dead even. Lynn English 2, St. Mary's 2 at the end of the first half. We start the second half here at Manning Field. Starting as we started the game, dead even, except both teams have scored 2 goals. English grabbed a 2-0 lead. They also hit a crossbar. And they led 2-0. St. Mary's came back to tie it. And that's where we are as we start the second half. I've gone this far without mentioning that each and every year the tournament has a charity, a benefit, a cause that the money goes to, that comes through the gate. And you've got a good one this year. Unfortunately, it was a disaster and it's a terrible situation. Tiana Lozzi, Lozzi family, very well known in the city of Lynn. She's the mother of Jackson. She's the fiancée of John Bonilla. They were traveling to Lake Winnipesaukee for vacation. John Bonilla's mother was in the car as well. And according to police reports, there was an individual operating under the influence and driving erratically that crossed the lane and went headlong into the car. And unfortunately, Tiana Losey lost her life, 20 years old. What a horrible way to go, and never really got to live a life, just barely starting. Her fiancé John and his mother, I believe at the start of this term, I don't know if they're still in, but they were still in the hospital. And the little baby Jackson just celebrated his first birthday in July. And the family was devastated. I went to the wake, and it was just a terrible, terrible situation. Parents, family members are not supposed to bury their kids. And unfortunately, that's what happened with the Losey and Bonilla family. So all of the money coming in, and when you're that young, just starting out with a young baby, you're certainly not planning for the cost of a funeral. So they're going to donate money, whatever net is made at this tournament, will go towards the funeral expenses, and anything left over will be set aside for the expenses of raising Jackson. As long as the phone gets loose, the save is made, and then they bang it home, but they're going to blow the whistle. I don't know if they're going to give it to him. They're going to call him offside. Great hustle. I think it was Arsenault who hustled back and broke up Thongstafon, who looked like he might walk in alone. And Connor Mackey is really going to be frustrated because he got stopped a couple of times by Musangu, and now he has a goal taken away because they called him offside. It was either Arsenault or Ampudia that hustled back and stopped Thongstafon from the breakaway. That's automatic if he walks in alone. He's too good a scorer for any goaltender to stop him. And they blocked it, and it wound up on the foot of Mackey, but the official blew the whistle saying that Mackey was behind everybody offside, and they nullified the goal. So a big break for English and a tough break for St. Mary's. So I know on our sister station, Channel 3, in Lynn, they have a spot where they run sort of like an advertisement for where donations can be made to that fund for the Losey Bonilla family. Cora couldn't get the kickoff. Lima, trying to wind it up, drills it, and he knocked it wide right, and they're saying Pappas got a piece of it. It was going out of play. Pappas didn't know that. He's defending his net, and he might have got a fingertip on it. And English is going to wind up with a corner kick. So information is out there if you'd like to make a donation to that well-deserved fund to help the family and help little Jackson. And our thoughts and our prayers and our condolences go to the Losey Bonilla families on a horrible, horrible loss. There's Thongstafon getting broken up again by Ampudia. They have really done a job on Thongstafon, not letting him get loose at all. Somebody got a piece of the ball from English. Perez very quickly took the kick and tried to lead everybody to the net. Musango was saying he didn't touch it, but I guess the official thought he did because they're going to give St. Mary's a corner kick. Toronzo was going to take it. Well, I believe it's going to be Kevin Perez. I didn't notice there was an English player down out in front of the net on that play. Ms. Gagnon, the trainer for St. Mary's, who's the trainer for this tournament, does a fabulous job in all the sports for the St. Mary's Spartans and for this tournament. Out there, again, looking at legs. Jump cross. We talked about at length. It's a case of not really being able to get outside and get loose. And even when you're outside, you're not really going 100 yards full tilt back and forth. And now gingerly walking out. I think that's Ampudia. Looks like he's going to be okay. So now you get out here, and the first couple of games, the early games on Tuesday and Wednesday, were played in horrific heat. And running this 100 yards back and forth, this term is probably the first time they've been doing it. And very easily you can come up with cramps and pull something, and they get it out in front. It's loose and cleared away nicely. Boswell with the nice play. And now they get numbers, but England sees Kevin Perez catch up and knock that away. Boswell was breaking. They had 3-on-1, but they had a long way to go, and English saw St. Mary's catch up and knock it out of play and stop that 3-on-1 breakaway. And now English winds up getting a piece of the ball with their hand, and St. Mary's will kick it away. 2-2 the score. English get out 2-0, and actually had another kick that hit the middle of the top crossbar that was by the goaltender. Otherwise, it could have been 3-0. And then late in the first half, St. Mary's came back and tied it at 2. Lima tips it ahead to Cora. Cora dumps it ahead looking for Lima, trying to get around. Takes the shot from a very tough angle. Pappas came out. That was going to go wide of the net, but Pappas grabbed it. Gets it upfield to Nicolo. Nguyen has it blocked into the St. Mary's bench area. St. Mary's will get the throw in quickly. English steps in. Lima tips it ahead. Cora with it. Tips it ahead. Great save by Pappas. Terrific pass by Cora. Lima threw it ahead. Cora just tipped it ahead. Pappas made a tremendous save. Chris Lazo breaking to the net, got the pass, looking for the pass back from Cora. Great pass. As he was about to take the shot, Pappas came out and stuffed it. Hong Stefan couldn't save it. Popped up, and trying to get it. Toronzo was looking for those little high pop-ups. He kept bouncing around trying to get it. Finally bounced and hit him in the hand. And Arsenault will kick it away for the Bulldogs. Aidan O'Brien was there trying to kick it up, and he swung and missed. Portillo knocks it ahead. They'll let it go through to Pappas. And he'll kick it away. Ouch. Nakata coming up, kicked it, and his momentum carried him right into Mackey. Mackey's having a tough day. He's getting up, thank God. He took a shot right around the head area. They called it against Nakata. Nakata really didn't do anything. Nakata came up and actually kicked the ball away, but his momentum carried him right into up around the head area of Mackey. Perez ripped it and knocked it wide left, but they blew the whistle beforehand. They were trying to line up all the defenders back at the 10-yard line. So Nolan Perez will get to do it again. This time he shortens up the kick, and Longstaffone tried to get a piece of it, couldn't. It went through to Masangu, and he knocked it out. And a penalty coming up, a corner kick, coming up. Toronzo will take it. Out in front, they got a head on it and knocked it wider than that. They got what they wanted. The kick out in front, they got a head on it, and I think that was Longstaffone again. Arsenal trying to knock it ahead, knocked it out of play. Aidan O'Brien will take the throw in. Longstaffone again, double, tripled up. English breaks it up. Lazo gets it ahead. Lima got broken up and wound up going out and touched. Arsenault will take the free kick. O'Brien tips it to the middle of the field. Back to Nolan Perez. He kicks it deep. Longstaffone will track it down. Arsenault on him. And he tries to knock it to the front of the net. Got too much foot on. Kicked it wide, high, and well wide off to the far right side, out of play. English knocks it into the... St. Mary's knocks it into the English bench area. Again, over the English bench area. They're chasing down both soccer balls. They finally get it back, and we'll get back to soccer. He's just moving down a couple of notches for the throw-in. From long range, they kick it wide. That was Portillo trying to get it to the net. Missed it wide right. Knocked ahead. Mackey trying to get around. There's Nakata again with a nice defensive play. Just reached in. Didn't make contact. Just reached in with his foot and took it away. Outstanding play. He's done that a few times. Perez back there. Knocks it away. He tried to tip it to Cora. It got broken up. And Boswell brings that pass up and knocks it out. Aiden O'Brien will take the throw-in. Mackey again with Nakata. Nakata wins the battle again and knocks it out. Corner kick coming from the near side. Mackey was going to give it to somebody else. Now, looks like he may be going to take it. No, maybe not. They move the flag. You can't move the flag because that's the out of bounds. And the official makes sure the flag is back where it's supposed to be. Everybody bouncing around out in front. Official has to separate a few out in front of the net. Trying to get position. They got a head on it and knocked it over the net. They got what they wanted. They're calling it. It looked like it went off Thongstafong's head, but they're calling it off English, and they're going to get to do it again. That one's going to go off English, no question. That one didn't get to the net. So I'm going to change up now. Niccolo took the last couple. And they kick a little ground ball. Didn't get to the net. English takes it away. And now I think it's Perez going to get called for a push-off. Battling with a couple of defenders, he pushed off to try and get the ball. St. Mary's knocks it back. And it's going to go out of play before anybody can get there. Mosango will kick it away. English takes it away. St. Mary's takes it back. Bodies go down. And they're going to call English for the takedown. St. Mary's will get a free kick from inside the 30-yard line. They try to take it just over the 20. Officially, no, take it back. Now they're going to put it outside the 30-yard line. Perez can still get it to the net from there. They knock it high over the net. That might have been Thongstafong. Try to get it to the net, knocked it high and wide left. So Thongstafong being the big scorer for St. Mary's, English has done a job on him. They haven't let him do anything. As soon as he touches it, he's double or triple teamed. He got that kick away because it was a free kick. Mosango's made some big-time saves. Mosango has made some big-time saves. Nakata has been huge on defense for English. And they were trying to throw it out in front, and the English defense gets ahead on it. And Pewdy was played well also on that back defensive line. Corner kick coming up, this time from the far side for St. Mary's. They get a head on it, but they head it into the side of the net, and that's Thongstafong again. He and Mackey have got to be talking to themselves. Mackey especially. Mackey looked like he had a couple of breakaways. And Mosango came out and stuffed him both times. And another time, Mackey scored the goal. Looked like it was going to be 3-2. And they said, no, Mackey was offside. Cora broken up by Kevin Perez. Long pan, there's Nakata again. That pass was going to send Thongstafong in alone. And there was Nakata once again just sticking a foot in and just getting a toe on it and knocking it away. He's done that several times. He's been outstanding defensively. Warming up in the bullpens behind both nets are the St. Mary's and Classical girls. They'll be playing in. That one went over the net off the foot of Alex Nguyen. You got to get it up to get it over Mosango. He's a big boy. It went up and hit on the top of the net. Didn't miss by much going under the top crossbar. Good bit by Nguyen. But St. Mary's girls and Classical girls are warming up to play for the 2018 City Championship, the girls' version. Now, this game being 2-2, there will not be any overtime if it ends up in a tie. And during the season, during these games, in the opening rounds, if there were ties, there would have been overtime. The MIAA would not recognize the winner because both teams would be credited with a tie. But somebody would have to win to get to the championship round. In the next two games, the championship round, somebody will have to win the game. So if it was a tie, they would have to go into overtime to decide the championship. But in all cases, whether it's opening round or championship round, ties would go in the books as a tie as far as state tournament MIA standings go. St. Mary's gets by, trying to walk right in, and they knock it home. They knocked it under Musango. That's a great rush. They came in, Musango came out to cut down the angle, and they knocked it under. And St. Mary's come all the way back to grab the lead. We talked about how frustrated Mr. Mackey must have been getting. That time he walked in and he was able to knock it by Musango. He just slid it right under him, rolled it right along the turf. So 3 in a row by St. Mary's has given him a 3-2 lead with just over 14 minutes left. We talked about it's a rare situation that St. Mary's is not in the championship round, at least playing in it, if not winning it, because they've won more championships than anybody else. But it would have been really hard to believe if they lost the first 2 games of the season, especially after the year they had last year, going undefeated until the tournament. And deep in the tournament. So now English has to go to work. They need to get a goal to get back in it. Portillo broken up. Bodies go down, banging. Nakata tracks it down. Boswa. They were trying to get ahead to Lazo. He slipped and couldn't get to the pass. Now St. Mary's trying to walk in. Torenzo was looking to get around the defense. He just stopped and let the defense go and took a good hard shot, but Musango was able to make the save. Good bid by Torenzo. He was battling with 3 defenders. He just stopped and let them go by, and he got a good shot off, but Musango was able to make the save. Bouncing around, Longstaffon cleared it, and I don't know if somebody touched it. They blew the whistle. St. Mary's will get a free kick. Off the head of Toronzo. He gets it back. And he threw it out of play. Mackey was playing up front before. They moved him back. Defense, he normally plays defense. They're looking for a little more offense. They move him up. Sometimes they move Nolan Perez up as well. Lima trying to step in and tip that ahead and keep it in play, but they ruled it across the line out of play. Contact called. Nolan Perez will kick it away. And it goes off the head of Lazo. So St. Mary's will get a little deeper with the throw-in. Joshua Ches, who got the goal. First goal to get St. Mary's started. Took the throw-in, goes out. English will get it back. Off the head of Niccolo. They plop it way up in the air. Everybody going for a header, couldn't get it. Lima dumps it to the middle. Bosworth is there. Has to back up. Now to the near side. Portillo has it taken away by Niccolo. And then Portillo wraps Niccolo up and knocks him down. And St. Mary's will get a free kick. Final 9 minutes and counting. As Perez kicks it away. English is going to let it go out. Barrios just watching it go. And with just 8.5 minutes left in the game, St. Mary's coming all the way back, getting 3 in a row to take a 3-2 lead. We have a timeout down on the field. Musango kicks it away. We're back in action. The English trying to get it into the St. Mary's end, looking for a tying goal. St. Mary's would like to get another one, give them a little bit of insurance. Niccolo goes down, Bosworth battling. Bosworth finally knocks it out of play. And they're calling it off St. Mary's. Ryan Frere is in the game for the first time right there for St. Mary's. You heard his name mentioned a lot on TV 15 with Little League and Babe Ruth baseball. Musango will kick it away again. Now the clock is the enemy for English as it winds down and they need a goal. Frere lets it go out of play. Mackey will take the throw in. And St. Mary's makes a substitution. Lima broken up. Toronzo was trying to take it away. It winds up going out. English quickly took the throw in. Freya with a nice little shift, trying to tip it ahead. He winds up down. English knocks it out. St. Mary's will get the throw in. Aiden O'Brien will take this one. And Aiden O'Brien, I found out now that you can't lift your foot. Both feet have to be on the ground when you make the throw. They don't want anybody to get an advantage to be able to throw it 40 yards downfield like a football toss. So you have to have both feet on the ground. As Toronzo knocks it out. English trying to hurry. 5.5 and counting. And they trail by a goal. Cora tips it ahead. Lima trying to get around Nolan Perez. And they couldn't get the shot off. It rolled in the direction of Jalen Coriolan. And he tried to get the shot off and couldn't get a good shot off. Looked like English might have got a break with the ball popping loose, but he just knocked it wide. Portillo knocks it ahead. Coro looking for it, couldn't get it. Toronzo knocks it to the middle, broken up. They get it to Baswa, tips it back. Castaneda knocked it ahead. English said they have it. St. Mary said they have it. Look and see what the official says. The official says St. Mary's has it. As we got 4 minutes and counting. And the throw-in just goes harmlessly out of bounds. Nakata is going to kick it away. English has to get a little get up in their step. They're down a goal. Longstafon gets around and catches it inside the far post. No chance there. Couple of nice moves around the defense. Masanagu came out to try to cut down the angle. And Longstafon, a very good goal scorer when he gets there. He's been frustrated all day. But he gets a big goal with just over 3 minutes left. And that just might put it on ice. Mary's got 2 in the first half to tie it. They get 2 here in the second half and has kept English off the board. And it's 4-2. St. Mary's well on their way to their first win of the season. English is going to drop to 0-2 with just 3 minutes left. English got some good scoring opportunities in the first half. They scored 2. They hit a crossbar. And then they kind of lost it here in the second half. They haven't had too many scoring opportunities against Pappas. What they've had has been from long distance. They knock it deep. Masanagu comes out, and he knocks it away, and it's going to go in the net. Masanagu came out, clearing it, and he banged it off his own player, Dylan Gomez, and it went back. I don't know who you give credit to on that one. That's an own goal. Nobody even close to the ball. Masango came up and just rifled a shot to clear it upfield, and he hit it right off his own player, Dylan Gomez. It deflected back to the net, and everybody just watched it roll into the net. So nobody from St. Mary's gets credit for that one. English using a lot of new players here, trying to give them some playing time. That's two we've seen. We saw the Tech defenseman on a corner kick get screened by the goaltender. When the ball went by the goaltender, before the defender could look up, it hit her in the chest and went in the net. They gave credit to the English kicker for that one because she kicked the ball to the net. This one is, nobody gets credit for this. Nice sliding save by Yahir Hernandez, knocking it out. We're in the final 2 minutes, in the final stages. So English is going along good. They were leading 2-0. They had leading 1-0. They hit the crossbar. Could have made it 2-0. Then they made it 2-0. Header off the crossbar. English has to clear it away. And then St. Mary's got it going. Ches got a goal. And then Kevin Perez off a corner kick headed in late in the half to tie it at 2. And that's where it was at halftime. And then they come out in the second half. Mackey, who had been frustrated a few times by Masango, the goaltender, finally made a great rush down the far side, walked in, and just rolled it right along the turf underneath Masango for what turned out to be the winning goal. And then Thongstafong got loose and just blasted it by the goaltender. And the last one was Masango clearing it away from his goal, drilled it, and when he drilled it, it hit one of his own players right around the head area and just deflected back and just Masango was out around the 10-yard line. Everybody turned around and just watched it slowly dribble into the net, and that made it 5-2, and that was the final score. So Julio Cora and Yonel Espinoza off a couple of nice passes from Obed Bazwa and Cora made it 2-0 English. But then Joshua Ches and Kevin Perez scored goals to tie it. And then it was Mackey getting what turned out to be the winning goal to make it 3-2 in the second half. Thongstafong with the virtual breakaway, and then the own goal banged off the English player into the net to make it 5-2. So different scorers for English. Cora got a goal and assist for St. Mary, excuse me. Cora got a goal and assist for Lynn English. But that 2-0 lead by English, that goal very late in the half kind of gave St. Mary's a little bit of momentum going in at halftime, and at 2-2, and they outscore English 3-0 in the second half, and they win it by a score of 5-2. So English will win the consolation round, the boys' version of the 2018 tournament, 5-2 over Lynn English. We hope you enjoyed it. I'm John Hoffman saying we'll see you next time.